Guys, time to change the intercooler on the 200 series because she's got a bit of an oil leak. Simply how we start: a nut here, a nut here. Simple 10mm nut. Take them off, which I've just done actually. Just two little nuts, take them out. That just then lifts off and unclips from the back. Fucking hell, eh? Yeah, bit of oil there, isn't there? Well, guys, we've taken that cover off. I've taken the clamps off, one there, one there. You can see, yeah, a lot of fucking oil going through. Got to get a catch cam fitted for these things. That'll be the next job. And look at the oil. She's totally rooted. She's split up there somewhere. All right, we take this bolt, then the rear manifolds. That's this side, and there's one on the other side as well. The hardest part's going to be, of course, in the back there, there's two wire plugs for your MAF sensor and your heating, your air gauge or whatever it is for the intercooler. And two bolts, of course. That's going to be the hardest part. We'll get there. When you start working on these back ones, to get that back one, you need one of those bendy, flexible, fucking, I don't know what they're called. I'm not a mechanic. To get in there. And they're a 12mm socket. I've undone the front ones, starting on the back ones. But if you're a short stuff like me and you've got a lifted car, you better get a milk crate handy. All right, just a little tip there. Just trying to warn you guys. This side, the passenger side, is a fucking nightmare. I'll see if I can get the camera in there. There's one there, and the other one is where I've got the little fucking thing at the moment, all the way down there to undo. Now don't forget, you got to undo the two, I'll get to them after, the two wires in the back and the vacuum hose. I'll get to you in a minute. Once you've taken the manifolds off, I forgot, there's two more. There's one more just hidden behind there, which is a fucking prick to get to. And there's another one just under there, see it? To get to. Oh, and the most important thing of all, we all know you'll be working out in the sun. Don't forget to wear a hat. It's fucking 26 degrees at the moment. And don't forget to have a fucking cool drink. Cheers, everybody. Now to top it off, when you get to those fucking back bolts right back there, they're these fucking real long ass bolts, and you got all that covering and shit up there. Let me tell you, that's hard work. All right, that's a fucked one. And when you got fucking big mitts like mine, you're gonna find it hard, guys. Now, I got told you wiggle it forward a bit, but hang on, I just had to move the phone. I just can't get my hand in there to undo the wiring. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's that plug and this plug here where my hand is, and I can't press the thing. I might have to undo that bar. I might actually have to take that bar off. Oh, fuck. With a great bit of trouble and a torch, I undid it. I actually had to undo one side of that bar. That should be ready to come off, and I should be able to just lift it out. Hopefully, we'll try one-handed. Oh, yeah, baby, lucky I'm fucking strong, eh? And there we go. That's all off. I did hear a couple of washers drop, but we'll find them. Did a little bit of extra knowledge here. This little fella here releases all the built-up pressure in the engine, and unfortunately in these Toyotas, it feeds it back to the fucking turbo. So that's why always the passenger side turbo on these things tend to fuck up. So guys, do what I'm going to do. Get a catch can. Catch all that oil and shit. Because as you can see, the other side there's fuck all oil. On this side, there's a fucking shitload. All right. Couldn't show you on the other side. And I've got it draining here. I want to see how much oil comes out. They're telling me about 100 mil should come out. Let's put that foot there. Now, as you can see, there's your MAF. And there's your pressure or air temperature gauge. That was the hard plugs to get to. And as you can see, I just removed that, made life a little bit easier. I bought a second-hand one because new ones are fucking just way too dear. And this one looks like in pretty good condition, so it's exactly the same thing. There's your Electrical's going in, all the rest of it. So it looks pretty good. We'll whack that in a minute. All right, I'm running into problems here now. My hands are just too big. There's, at the back, there's a little vacuum line. I've plugged the 2 cables in that need to be plugged, the 2 plugs. The vacuum hose, it's only this fucking long, about 3 inches long. My hand, there's not enough flexibility in there. Just not enough flexibility. These big fucking mitts don't work. So the only thing I can try is long nose pliers to try to get my hand underneath, grab it, and try to fit it in. I'll let you know. Note to self, make sure you don't drive the car around before you fucking start doing this and let it cool off. Forget, once you get that little hose back on, go and get a fucking beer because you needed one. Right, she's in. I just finished putting the hose clamps back on. It's all bolted up. So once you get that vacuum line in, everything else just bolts up real easy. Yes, you're going to get a few cuts and scrapes on your hands, but that's only because I got big mitts and they won't fit under there. All I got to do now is put this cover back on. All right, and that should just clip in, just like that. Come on, clip in, and then drop in. There you go, drops in. And you just put your last couple of screws on. Oh, I'll do that in a sec. That's just 2 little 10mm nuts on there. Done. And, oh, come on. Go around. Go around and around. Go around and around. Ah, fuck, I gotta put the camera down, do I? Yeah, gotta put the camera down. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Probably saved myself a few $100s in labour doing it myself. That didn't take so long. It was a little bit frustrating, but shit happens. Just another day with Oz Hunt. All right, I'm going to go and grab a beer. I'll catch you all later.